Hey, thanks for joining us again. I'm one of your hosts, Joshua Stevens. This is
Gabriel Gonzalez.
And we are here with the one and only Frank Rockin Rodriguez.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, guys, we've been trying to get Frank on here for a while. I know we've done a few musicians in a row. Sometimes that's just the way it goes because of scheduling. However, our next guest, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. But our next guest is somebody super famous. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, how do those guys even get that guy on the podcast? Well, we'll tell you next time. All right. Frank?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Let everybody know, like, who are you? Why would we have you on our podcast?
Well, that's a good question because I'm trying to figure it out right now. No, I've been a while. I've been here in Houston for a while. I've been playing with a few bands. One of my famous bands was Nocturnal Madness, and we played all over Texas. Even played a tour in California, and that was due to the great sounds of our music that we did here at Connection Studios with this guy right here.
Yeah, look, man, for me, it was a big learning experience. It was a great band to work with. Now, all the guys have gone on to different projects now. Your drummer, I just want to talk about him for a quick second. You know, I know this is about you, but we're touching on the band that created where they're all at now. Right. And we'll get to where he's at now. But it was called Nocturnal Madness, and it was a local Houston band, but it was totally 80s metal. Like, I could play you one of their songs and tell you this was from 1983, and you would be convinced. That's how good it is. You know, I mean, it's like that era style music. And their drummer was so good that I hired him to work for me at Connection Studios on multiple occasions just to do as a studio musician for other musicians that I would have in.
Yeah.
And so
I got to work with him.
So can you tell us where Anthony is now?
Anthony De Leon is he's not playing right now, but he does a lot of studio work. Okay. Still doing studio work. He helps every once in a while bands that need a drummer, you know. Oh. And he's the kind of guy that just can come in and 1, 2, 3, let's go. Don't have to hear the song or nothing.
No.
You know.
I've worked with Anthony before, and it's basically just like that. And he'd actually give me tips. He'd be like, hey, you know, I'm going to do this, so why don't you do this? And we'll see how it sounds together. You know, it's really good to work with.
He is a great guy to work with. Great guy to work with.
Super friendly. It's probably been a year since I talked to him, but last time I talked to him, he was tinkering around on the guitars. Yeah. You know. So there we go. So now we know what's going on with him. And the lead singer, now that was your brother.
That was my brother, Andrew Rodriguez.
What's he doing now?
Andrew right now is he is doing okay. I'm gonna tell you. At one time, he fell into that rock star belief where, you know, you do everything what a rock star does, and you know what I'm talking about.
He was the front man. Yeah. I was worried about him on that bicycle wreck he had. Like, that's like I've seen guys with motorcycle wrecks that weren't as bad as the bicycle wreck he had.
Yeah. But he had that belief. I mean, all lead singers, you know what they do. Oh yeah. And they have that the fun. They just have a lot of fun. Yeah. You know, have a lot of fun, and sometimes it gets carried away.
Too much fun sometimes.
Yeah, too much fun.
I've seen some on Facebook. Is he working construction somewhere? Is that what he does now?
No, he's working in a fitting, valve fitting and everything. Okay. And he's out working in Pearland doing
that explains where I saw the stuff in the background.
Right, forklifts and stuff like that. He's not singing, but we're waiting for him to really come around. He's sobering up, getting clean.
Awesome.
Doing well. He's doing well.
Good to hear.
You know? Fight the good fight.
So you might hear Nocturnal Madness maybe at the end of this year. We might do a show, and I tell you what, I would like for this come out when we do our first show again. I would like for y'all to come out. And
hey, definitely. Wait, whether we bring on the set or not,
right?
Gabe and I will actually be there. We wouldn't miss it.
Yeah,
you know, and
phenomenal show.
Yeah.
that kind of leaves really just one more person at this point.
Yes, sir.
So I know he doesn't go by the name anyways, but Hector the Animal Perez. Now, what is Hector doing now?
Well, Hector has joined me with the Tejano band that we're in. He was playing
Hold up. You just said Tejano. So we've gone from 80s metal.
80s metal.
To Tejano.
And slash country.
Oh.
I will agree because they played San Antonio this last weekend. And so doing some of my research, I was looking at everything I could find on John Lopez and the Silverado Band.
Right.
And when I did, I saw you guys were in San Antonio this weekend and it was playing. So I feel so bad because I was like, it's going to be a mix of these horns that are too loud. It's going to be nothing but Spanish. I'm going to have to get a damn translator out to see what they're saying.
Right.
And no, it wasn't like that at all. I was actually surprised. I was like, you know what? I like
can understand this.
Right. I understand why Frankie's playing guitar and why Hector's on the bass and why they're with this John Lopez cat.
Right.
You know, because it's good.
Yeah.
No, it's not Nocturnal Madness, but it's good.
It's not, and the thing is, John Lopez, I'm going to tell you, back in the 80s, early 80s, 89, late 80s, I joined Silverado. I'm one of the original members of Silverado before I went into the metal. And we recorded with Freddie Records, out there in Corpus Christi, and recorded a CD. Well, to say what happened, we had one of our the member, pass away, drowned in San Jacinto River, and the band broke up after that. So,
that happens. That happens.
And so John got back with me after I had stopped playing with the metal bands and everything. He called me and said, hey, let's get this band back together again. Let's do something. It's just me and you, the original members. But then I said, well, I know somebody.
You know somebody.
I know somebody.
Right, which is good since he played in the other band with you.
Yeah, we played together.
Yeah.
Hector, I've been knowing him for maybe 20 years now. And I called him up and he said, sure. I'm ready to leave the metal scene too. Let's go do something. And now we're doing this, doing Tejano. Which, it's something that has always been, I say I got metal in my veins, but I'm Tejano to the bone.
Hey.
Hey,
that works, Yeah. That works. So where, can someone out there that's like, hey, I want to hear this John Lopez, because we're here in Houston, but a lot of our audience is not in Houston.
Right.
So where can people go online and find anything? Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, we do have a Facebook page. It's under John Lopez and Silverado. And you can go there and check out. We are putting our events on there. We haven't updated lately, but we are. We got some shows coming up. We'll be playing April 1st at the Hellcat Cafe. I know a lot of people know where that is in Houston.
Yeah.
And it's in the heart of Magnolia Park, right there off of Harrisburg, in between Harrisburg and Canal.
Yeah.
So
we all know that area from, we've talked about the White Swan before. That's like a golf swing from the White Swan.
Golf swing from the White Swan, where we met this guy.
Yeah. I forgot that's actually where I met you.
Yeah. Josh came to us. He heard us at a show, and after we came off the stage, he said, hey, fellas, I got a proposition for y'all. I'm a new guy coming out, got my own sound studio and everything. Have y'all been doing anything, recording? I love y'all's music. I like the way y'all sound. And he said, come on, let's get together. And we took him up on it, and this guy created a monster, a CD monster, and it helped us a lot.
A quintessential 1980s metal album.
Produced in 2000.
How will you ever get the chance to do that? You know what I mean? Especially today.
Exactly.
I can think of only one other band out there, and Steel Panther, and those guys are a lot of fun. But that's the only other band out there that I can think of that is actually still out there pushing like that 80s metal.
80s metal.
I mean, these guys are in the spandex and the whole night. Thank God you guys didn't do that
we
part
didn't
of
do
it.
that. We were more like a Iron Maiden, Motorhead cross.
That's right.
That's what they would always tell us. Hey man, I love your sound. you know, you got that Motorhead, Iron Maiden, and that's one of the things that we tried to do, you know, produce.
And you did it well.
It's something different that was going around, you know.
Yes,
it wasn't as popular as the other bands that were going around.
Right
doing.
at that time, no.
Yeah.
You know what?
It was a good change.
Yeah, it was a good change.
When you're doing things because you love it and you're not doing it because it's popular,
Right.
that's when you get your best stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
and I can remember, you know, watching your hand like just moving like this.
Yeah.
But like it's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but for me, you know, I'm like in the studio, you know, because I tinker and repair stuff in there, and I'm like, Jesus, how fast is Frankie playing this? You know,
All downstrokes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I tell you what, that slowed down. That has slowed down. We back then was 105 miles an hour. Now I'm probably 85 miles an hour.
It's still faster than I can play.
Yeah, probably 85 miles an hour. But back then, yeah, we were humming. It was a humming, you know.
Great.
Okay, so with the we'll keep saying it so that everybody can get it over and over again. So it's John Lopez Silverado or the Silverado Band?
John Lopez and the Silverado Band.
Okay, so that's what you're going to look for on Facebook.
Right.
And like I said, I just found stuff on Facebook from they got posted this last weekend. They were in San Antonio, and I was super surprised.
Right.
Thank you
so much.
I feel bad because like I'm so opinionated that everyone knows Tejano's not my thing.
Right.
Because the horns are too loud. I like the horns. I love Chicago, you see.
Oh, exactly.
So I love
Yeah.
the horn section. I don't
Right.
want people to think I'm hating on the music.
Right.
But it just seems like here in Houston, every time I hear a Tejano band, it's like the horns are so loud compared to the rest of the music. It's like out of balance.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, you know, I'm not from Mexico,
Right.
and so you know how they do things there and what's traditional is different than what's here.
Right.
But I'm so biased being that studio engineer, where I'm used to having the ability to pull a slider down and mix that music the way that I want it to hear.
Yeah.
And I can't do that on Tejano radio. I can't pull the horns back a little bit and push the guitars
Yeah,
up.
right.
You know, I just don't have that ability.
Yeah.
So I know some of it's just me being biased. But it was not like that, guys. If you are saying, well, Tejano's not my thing, so I'm not going to check these guys out. When he says Tejano and country, he means more country with the flair of Tejano.
There you go.
I mean,
That's it.
because the horns were not super loud.
So kind of, can you describe like what kind it is? Because there's
different kinds. You're
Right.
exactly. You got the synthesized kind. You got which is the mafia, La
Yes,
Sombra.
exactly.
Back then. We're more like David Lee, Emilio, Ram,
Right.
Ram Herrera. We got that conjunto, which is a four-piece, and
Right.
you usually hear a bajo sexto, which is that big guitar you see him play,
Yes.
Yeah.
and accordion, and just a drummer and a bass player. And then we mix it with the keyboards, and of course the electric bass and the electric guitar and everything, and a sax in there, and we put that together, and that's what you call Tejano.
Yes,
That's what you
exactly.
call Tejano.
Yeah.
See, sometimes you know,
Oh, it was a
there's
good mix.
Yeah, there's different genres of everything,
Right.
and everything has its subgenre.
Right.
And certain subgenres I can listen to, and certain I can't. You know,
Right.
but like, even with metal, there's some metals I won't listen to.
Right, right.
And then there's some that I love.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's the same thing with Tejano music. You
Oh,
know, some
exactly.
of that stuff you can play at a party all night long. I can sit there.
All night long,
know-
and you sit there yelling and
Yeah,
all
you know,
kinds
I
of
can sit
stuff,
there
yeah.
and jam out, but
Right.
there's some of those where it's like, okay, somebody's got to turn this down and kick that
Well,
snare drum down some.
I don't. For some of the audience also that don't know all the stuff they just named off, because to me, I don't know most of those. However, if you like some cool classic rock, like Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet, when I heard them this weekend, they sounded a lot like Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Wow.
That was really
Thank
the
you.
kind of. That was really the kind. If I had to compare to a band,
Right, it was-
you know,
yeah.
that you guys were playing, that you sounded like.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it's. I mean, if you hear Bob Seger today, that's modern country.
Basically.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Even though it's actually classic rock.
Yeah.
But Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band would really be a really close comparison to what you guys sounded like on stage, and which made me.
Comparison. That's pretty good.
I'm a classic rock guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of this classic rock, like what you hear for modern country is, some of this classic rock, like even the Eagles music has crossed over these days.
Yeah.
And when you hear Desperado being sung by somebody else on country music, these people have no idea we've been jamming that in classic rock since the 70s.
Right?
Yeah.
If the Eagles were to come out right now,
they'd be country.
They would be considered country.
That's
they would
right.
be considered country, and a damn good country band.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll have the Short Wizard. That's what we've named our producer. We'll have the Short Wizard make sure that she gets the information from you so that we can, because it's so hard. Like we say it and then it's gone.
Right.
She'll put it towards the end. She'll put it up and let us know that what the name of the band is and where to find you guys on Facebook.
Okay.
She's already. I'm getting hand signals
Right.
I'm getting hand signals from behind the camera telling me, "Hey, dude, I'm on it."
Yeah.
So she's already got me covered on this.
There you go.
But she's gonna put that up when she gets into editing.
Okay.
And so it'll be there for everybody to see. Now, you're saying that it says when your shows are.
It does. When you go to the Facebook page, when you go to the events, it'll have on there when we're playing next and what's going on. We got a few private parties coming up. Those we don't want to mention because we don't want other people coming to these.
Yeah, you're not invited to the private party,
the
guys.
private party, you can't.
You're not invited.
No crashing, please.
No crashing the private
No
parties.
wedding crashers, please.
Right.
But you're saying it's a wedding, though.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? Dang it!
Is there an open bar?
So I got lots of my followers are mostly out of Corpus. Do you have any shows coming up in Corpus?
We're working on Corpus. As a matter of fact, Hector Pettis' family is from Corpus, and they want us to go out there. They've been asking us to go out there, and we're working on a show for there. We are playing Kima Boardwalk, July 23rd.
Kima Boardwalk, July 23rd.
Yeah, we got that coming up, and then of course, like I said, we got some private parties, and we just played. Of course, we played Fanfare, Tejano Fanfare, which is the Tejano Awards, and it's all a big week thing. And then we played that, which is like he said. But other than that, we got maybe 2 private parties. The Hellcat, come on out. Right. That's over there off of 72 and Avenue C.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. And so, any of you that want to go see them at Kima, I have just recently been down there. We went to a comedy club. Well, went to a comedy show at a bar down there called Coco's on the Canal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those guys there were great. We appreciate them. No complaints about that place. We're not big drinkers, but I hear they have like an incredible happy hour special.
Wow.
And no, they don't sponsor us. We're not being told to tell you that they're great like that. But the old man that they had on was a guy that was on America's Got Talent like 4 years ago. Oh my goodness, guy's in his 90s, absolutely hilarious. All the comedians up to that point were good, but he was great. There's a reason why that guy's on top.
That's why he's
But to say that, that's right down the street from the boardwalk.
Okay.
And right now, if you're in Houston, there is a lot of construction work going on 146 heading down. So you might cut through Pasadena like we did and go that direction to get down there and then cross over. I know the rest of you that are watching this that are not in the Houston area, I'm sorry, I don't know what traffic's like where you're at, but I got caught in this traffic just the other day. So, if you plan on going to that show, they're building an overpass. So make sure early. Yeah, leave a little early.
Leave a little. I found out going to Rosie's Seafood where you go get your shrimp and all that, and it takes a while. It takes a while.
Well, it should be like a 30-minute trip from here.
Right.
And it was like 50 minutes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it almost doubled the amount of time to get there, but not that I have a lot of faith in Google or Waze or any of that, but at least they do take into account that kind of stuff and give you alternative routes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's July 23rd, Kima Boardwalk.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I would suggest. I'm gonna go catch as soon as we can. We'll look and see what's the next one available for us.
Okay.
Gabriel and I, we both work 2 jobs,
Okay.
and then this fun thing that we do here. Yes, it's fun. This fun thing that we do here
This
on
is
the
not
set.
work. This is not
right.
work.
This is not work.
Although they got a construction thing behind it.
Oh yeah. This is not work, but it does take time. And so between this and we've made a commitment to a lot of other people in the music scene here, because we're just into it, that we have places that we're expected to be and made commitments to.
Yeah.
So we'll have to work out, which show that you have next that we can go to. But
Love to
rest
have you,
assured,
man. Love to have
after
you.
seeing what I saw on Facebook,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to come, and we'll bring the wives. We'll make
Hey,
we'll definitely make an evening of
There
it.
you go.
Know.
Bring them on out. Bring
And
everybody.
and of course, my daughter. Like one of her favorite places is going down to Kemah.
Oh yeah.
And my daughter has just recently taken charge of my social media pages. I say mine, our social media page. And I know there's not a lot on the Facebook yet, but that's because I've been in charge of it. So now that I've got it to somebody that's
Savvy.
a fourth of my age that understands what to do, you can also be looking out for new social media pages. Like I don't even know how to name all of them because I don't know what all's out there because I'm old and don't mess with it. We all know that I get on Facebook and most of the time I'm in Facebook jail. So that, and I look for bands on YouTube. Other than that, I'm just not social media savvy.
Right.
I can Google something and I can look something up on YouTube,
Yeah.
which I do.
Right.
about it.
But I do want to say to everyone out there, it's never my fault when I go to Facebook jail because I rarely post something from me. I'll see something, I'll go, oh, that looks cool.
Let me post
Other
it.
people would like to see this too, and I hit the share button. So I just want to let you know that I spend more time in Facebook jail than I do on Facebook because I pushed the share button. Because I thought something was neat and I wanted someone else to share it.
Right.
And
Right.
next thing I know, I'm getting this censorship thing, and like
Yeah.
they're treating it like I'm the guy that came up with it.
Oh,
and it's a suggestion to Facebook. Okay, look, when you're giving me these suggestions on what do I want to do, could you please leave a spot where you could actually write something back instead of just having a pre-selected thing, or maybe even give me the option of this isn't your original post, you were just reposting something.
Right.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
And,
sure would.
and allowing me to know what post it was that I violated the terms on, because you say, hey, you violated the terms. Do you want to argue it? Do you want to blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, okay, well, hell, I shared a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Which one are we talking about? And it won't even let me see. So how do I know if I want to dispute it?
Right.
I might look back at it and be like, ooh, it must have been 2 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't thinking straight. I should have never shared that. Like I don't even have that option.
Right.
And so I just disagree. Just as a matter of, I just disagree. And it's no trouble to them. They just lock me up in Facebook jail with no notifications. I have no idea I'm in jail. I just keep cruising the internet and doing stuff, and then I get calls from people talking about, man, I ain't seen you post anything in a while. I'm posting all kinds of stuff. I must be back in Facebook jail. So if not for good friends of mine that I have some people that tell me, hey, sometimes you make my day.
Yeah.
The stuff that you post, you
Right.
know. And of course, I'm telling you, I'm not an original content maker. I mean, this is original content that we're
Right.
creating with you, but
Right.
but I'm not a content creator.
Right, right.
That's not my meme.
Right.
But
I know that's right.
I have the time to scroll down and hit a few buttons.
Yeah.
I do not have the time
Sit
to
there and
do
make a
all
meme.
that and make them.
Well, like you say, if it feels funny to you, you want to share it to friends that you know, and they might get a laugh off of it. Because I tell you what,
Happiness makes everybody happy.
That's right. That's right. And
Yeah.
I'd much rather be happy than right.
right,
I don't need to be right about everything.
Right.
When I was younger, I did, and I would fight it to tooth and nail because I'm standing on some crazy principle that really doesn't exist.
right.
Yeah. And as I got older and had children, I realized sometimes being happy is much better than being right. Something you got to learn to just roll it off that shoulder and
There you go.
and let it go. It helps you get along with people too.
Yeah.
Nothing like being a duck.
Okay. Yes. But I guarantee you, under that water, the duck is just
Right?
just going crazy.
Going crazy.
On the
Right.
surface, I'm just smiling.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
All right, so we've got you on Facebook. Everyone now knows where to find you at.
Right.
Right. And guys, thanks for coming out and joining us again. I know this is a short episode, but from the research that we've done and the results on a lot of our stuff, we're finding that the short episodes keep people's attention a little better. And he's probably going to hang out for a couple hours once this camera goes off, and we have all kinds of stuff to talk about.
Really?
But we cannot just put all that on camera. We're not
Exactly.
trying. What's fun to us may be boring to somebody else. And
Yep.
we're not here to bore you. We're here to spotlight Frank and let you guys know about John Lopez and the Silverado Band. And I definitely am excited to hear that we might see some Nocturnal Madness in the future.
In the future.
And look, this is the Nocturnal Madness lead singer. You are a rock star, but every one of those rock stars that got older and kept doing it, they had to pull it back a little too, brother. You just pull it back a little bit. We're excited. We can't wait to see you again. You already know, you were so much like Danzig, and you were a rock star to me the whole time you recorded in the studio.
Yeah.
And you definitely had the vibe. Let's just hopefully you can get rid of the other garbage that comes along with that.
Exactly.
And we're pulling for you. I've had problems. Gabe's had problems. We've all gotten through our issues. We hope that you get through yours as soon as possible. And pick that microphone back up,
Yes.
man. Get back and get us some more Nocturnal Madness shows going. Not that we're not okay with the country Tejano, but we miss Nocturnal Madness. There's
Right.
lots of people out there there's a lot of Nocturnal Madness
Thank you
fans
so
in
much.
Houston.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
even though Frankie says he's got to play at 85%, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Joshua, your host,
Gabe.
and this was...
This is Frank Rockin Rodriguez. I hope you have fun, and may all your ups and downs be between the bed sheets.
Hey.
Absolutely. Hopefully we don't get censored for that. We'll see y'all next time. And like I said, we do have a pretty big person coming that should be our next week's episode. Like I said, I'm not going to give his name up. I will tell you this much: he's been in several Hollywood movies, and he has a lot of awesome projects going on that have nothing to do with acting. And I'm excited for him to tell you about it. That'll be next week because we can't let the cats out of the bag. And he's such a special guy. Like, we're just thrilled to have him. He's changed the lives of a lot of people. And when you see him, you're gonna understand what we're talking about. And the persona that he plays in the movies and on TV is so different from what he is. He's really a gentle giant. We're so looking forward to that. Frank, you gonna watch that episode?
Definitely.
All right,
Definitely.
guys. We're out of here till next time. We'll see
See
you
ya.
later. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.